Okay, so we're gonna start a second one. So this one doesn't. We just stopped with Josh and my brothers and all that. But yeah, what happened with my brothers is the whore that was dating him was actually a real Epstein whore, not a bullshit. No, she really is. And she's blackmailing me. And since she was a kid, she used to go around trying to sleep with older men, telling them that she was 18, and then they blackmailed me and shit.
Who?
Her name's Victoria Dowd. I know where she lives. She's mentioned on my discovery on the deal. And she's the one who had my brother take her out. My brother will tell you that she's a prostitute.
When is this court thing supposed to happen? This official
There's
court?
the 9th, and then November.
What about this month?
I'm filing stuff as soon as I get all this stuff on record and I find out what you're willing to testify. So we go, okay, this is it, then that's it. With the Noriega stuff, you already told me about the deaths and him trying to kill people or get people together to kill me. That's premeditated murder. And if you have her,
they're planning on it. They're just not doing anything because I haven't met them yet because they're all fired up. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't like this. A lot of people don't like you.
Yep.
Over there.
Understood. It's the bad guys over there, the drug addicts. So that makes sense. In my
all the guys that work at I was just took my recycling today, right? So there's this dude that like drives like a red car SUV or like he's like short, brown short hair, and he's kind of like in his 30s. And he works there now. He was telling me how like
Drake, he's robbed the place. He used to work over there. He's
and,
black beard.
Yesterday, when Terrence asked me for a fucking cigarette, and then asked Mark for a cigarette, and then he was just saying, he literally said with his mouth, "Yeah, I've been all through that before. I've been all through that." Basically admitting that he's been all through the property. He basically knows. I purposely wanted to see who knows who, and Terrence knows the whole property, which means he's been on this property. Means he's, to know all the way through means he's had to have been on it.
Who said
and
that?
There's no way he would have been on it with your permission.
Well,
so Mr. Terrence basically it just admitted that he's been on the property against permission, which is basically burglarizing. He's basically admitted that he's took and shit.
Dude, he was stealing shit all the way back to 2015 with some of the original people that have now been killed. TJ from my church, gone. They OD'd him on fentanyl because he was going to testify. So be careful. That's kind of why when Steven starts going through shit, I'm going, because I've had friends get killed, literally. 2016.
What are you supposing?
They're trying to fucking get him on shit so that when he bears his testimony, they can go, all you've got is a methed out little kid who's telling you shit. And with you, get that guy. You put this icing. That puts the seal on it. But yeah, we have Noriega planning to kill me. You have Tamara talking to this person with Joshua Nunn repetitively over time. And yeah, there's no reason those two should have been meeting together. Unless, well, I have the records that show my ex was found to be positive for mother's dilaudid morphine. So what was happening there was drug sales, illegal drug sales, and trades for information and other shit. Also probably hit. So what needs to happen, bro, is you're giving me the capability of filing a restraining order directly on Joshua. I'd never considered that one before. Hard, not really. But, dude, if you live at you give me my kids back. You saying you lived at Tamara's house, a place where...
No. Tamara lived with me at my condo when I was working at Prime America, making a lot of money.
Oh.
And that's why she lived there, because she was a money, which was always asking me for money, and she never did anything with me. She just always was. It was really. I don't like the experience.
Well, the fact we put her there, and then with Noriega, and we have Noriega trying to kill me, saying this is why we took, I had to take action.
I know exactly who Tamara Bozarth is. I called her Tamara. I never said Tamara. I've always called her Tamara. It was weird. I know. I swear, if she sees my face, I'm like, she always knows I've always called her Tamara. I never said Tamara. There's two ways to say it. I say Tamara.
Well, to be honest, since if you can't get out nobody else, I'm gonna end up suing the guy across the street for letting his relatives be over there. But anyway, it's okay.
So what are the
So
court?
Noriega,
What court?
Keith, oh, stuff
Okay.
down there. You said Mark. Who's Mark?
Mark's that nice old guy in the car,
Oh,
the Hyundai.
he didn't like me?
No, Terrence.
Oh, okay.
Terrence admitted that he basically went onto your property without permission and stole stuff because if he knows
Well, I
all.
caught him here a bunch. But
Yeah.
that's good to know.
But
Now,
Terrence knows Chico. That's obvious. Terrence knows Nacho. Nacho knows Chico. Chico knows Nacho. Big G, Daryl, which is this dude with a left slow eye, old man, 57 years old, camps out at the taco truck
Is it at all-
overhangs right next 2 buildings down from the Shell gas station over there off of Atkinson. There's this closed down taco truck shop. They live right there with a bunch of tweakers that know who Roberto Noriega is because
what
they
is
hang
it?
out with him because the river's right there that leads up to the stop and save. They camp right there. That's their camp. They've been there less than 2 miles away.
Yep, right over there. Over there.
Back that way off Atkinson
Gotcha.
to the river.
Whatever, okay.
Roberto Noriega's camp.
Well, okay. What else? You got Canada. You got
And then I feel that like I might end up getting jumped because I don't know if word's gotten out that I'm actually on a mission instead of them thinking I'm just their friend.
Well, if you know.
Because there's been
exactly-
some real shady whispering going on, especially when I went to go turn my recycling, saw Keith outside talking to a very familiar girl I've always copped cigarettes off of. She's actually a homeless woman, but they were talking about me, mad shit, and like they just didn't like my sight. They waited till I walked around to the full front to continue talking.
Keith knows you'll cost his sister, and Steven's mom, their court case because you've seen him and all of his friends doing that. You've
Oh
heard
yeah,
it.
and on some of the not old. I don't know if Tony had more than one of those ellipticals in that shed.
I did.
It has to be like honestly, if he had another elliptical.
I have-
Okay,
And
well
three.
that elliptical is in the recycling center right now as we speak on the right side of the office where you turn in your tax. It's right there, packed away. And now that I remember, that shit's always been there. The whole time that I was working there, especially when there was a day in 2019 when I had a accident with one of the machines. I had to shovel up aluminum cans. I noticed that machine was there. And it's been there. And so I'm just saying there's numerous pieces of old property that used to belong to Fennell, but a lot of the bikes that have been either sold or thrown and gotten rid of. They fired me because I did not smoke meth or anything.
Okay.
So like
Well,
they literally did not trust me. They know I'm not a dope smoker. They know I'm only a weed smoker, and they also know I kind of really don't. I'm not really with them. So, you know, I'm not a tweaker.
Right.
So they know they can't really trust I'm on their side. So they really replaced me with a bunch of tweakers. I mean, seriously, guys with no muscles. I mean, oh geez.
okay, so that guy you were talking about that doesn't like me in the red, is he younger, like 20s, black hair, black beard? His name's Josh Drake, I think, or something like that. Oh, it's not Drake, it's something similar, but he lived down here.
He's got like a couple messed up teeth, but he's young, but like he's kind of short. He's got not a beard. I guess it's a beard. Yeah,
Is it black?
but it's brown. It's like brown black, kind of like Nacho's type of hair, a little bit but shorter.
Nachos is black, okay.
Yeah, but brown.
Okay. Well,
See, he works. He's the dude the main dude.
well, the main fat guy, he don't like me either.
Main fat dude. Mo.
Yeah, Momo.
Momo is the one that knows about all this meth shit being smoked on.
Well, he's the one who used to sell shit to my brother Aaron. He used to bring it to my brother Aaron and had to say, oh, he sells his Xanax to my brother. Yeah. This group anyway. Mario, there's a group with him there. Boel, he was a cocaine dealer. You got Vernon from fucking Oakland. It's fucking everywhere, man. And then all the prostitution shit. You hear about the kids around here into that. It's like, who the fuck do you really think you are, bro? You're nerdy. That's the guy's name. I didn't even notice anything else. His name was Nerdy. Okay, so we can stop this. I'm rambling with this. It's a 10-minute video.